What's good, everybody? It's your boy Phlexer back in the building again today, and today we gonna react to this video from Blackie Speaks or whatnot. It's called "Lil Baby is barely selling tickets," and so I want to see what's going on with that, because Lil Baby is on damn near every banger out there or whatnot. He's doing his damn thing or whatnot. But I don't know, maybe people are just getting tired of Lil Baby, or Lil Baby shows aren't as hot as they used to be or whatnot. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this and see what he's talking about, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, all that good shit right there or whatnot, man. And let's go ahead and hop into this.
Now, Lil Baby barely selling out his shows? That's crazy. I guess you could say that Lil Baby does in fact not have the capacity. No, Lil Bebe, as some people call him. We haven't spoken about this man in like 2 years, so it's most definitely been a while. Apart from getting sandwiched by two men at that all-white party. That actually happened, by the way.
Yeah, that right there was not a good look right there. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep it moving on that one.
Lil Baby literally got sandwiched by two grown men at an all-white party. Crazy. Yesterday, something happened in relation to Lil Baby. Like the title says, he's barely selling tickets, which is crazy. And I'll be honest, I didn't think this day would come that quick. So yesterday, what ended up happening is Lil Baby ended up canceling over 7 shows for his upcoming tour. No announcement about this was made, but
Unfortunately, the event organizer has to cancel your event. No action required to return a refund of your process. Oh, wow. What was that? That was in Sacramento? Man, okay. The hell's going on?
when you go on Ticketmaster, what appears is a little message that says canceled. Now this happened on 7 different shows, and all those shows that got canceled were in cities where Lil Baby should be able to pull an audience.
Yeah.
So here's a list of all the cities he canceled.
We got Pittsburgh. Okay, wow. Okay, okay. Pittsburgh, Indy, Memphis, and Louisville. Okay, I'm feeling like he should be able to pull off these venues. What happened here?
First, we have Pittsburgh, which is in Pennsylvania, and then we have Indianapolis, which is in Indiana, and then he canceled in Louisville, Kentucky, of all places. That's crazy. And then we have Phoenix, Arizona. AZ? No way. That's crazy. Next on the list, we have Sacramento, which is in Cali, and I think this might be the craziest one of them all. It don't matter if you're in San Diego, it don't matter if you're in Los Angeles, or in this case, Sacramento. A rapper of Lil Baby's stature canceling in a state like Cali, I think that's kind of crazy. And then we have Salt Lake City, Utah, and last but not least, we have Denver, Colorado. That's a crazy one too.
What is going on here? Like, what happened to these shows?
I'm gonna be honest, man, of all the rappers I think about, Lil Baby would be the last one I thought who this would happen this fast to. Now, there is a logical explanation for why this happened, and it's pretty simple. Lil Baby thought he could sell out an entire tour of straight arenas. If you don't know why that's important, well, let's just say that being a mainstream artist does not guarantee you selling out arenas back to back to back to back. We're talking about venues that hold up to 20,000 people, some of them 22. That's the capacity of the venues that Lil Baby was going to perform in that he ended up canceling. You really have to have a super solid fan base for that to happen. And truth be told, most rappers could only dream of selling out arenas. There's not a lot of rappers who could do that. Just an example of a rapper who the other night sold out 18,000 people off the strength of his own name. A rapper I haven't talked about in like 3 years, and some people would be like, he fell off. Y'all remember NF, the rapper who people said was an industry plan when he outsold Chance the Rapper a few years ago?
Yep.
Yes, that guy. Just the other night, he sold out close to 20,000 people. Like, do you see how immense that audience is? We're talking, and
that place is packed. Look at that. We up here trying to go see NF. Wow, that's crazy.
Entire arena. A rapper most hip-hop fans would look at and say, who listens to this guy? Well, clearly a lot of people, since he's pulling in almost 20,000 people in one night. This is what a fan base looks like. It ain't about the goddamn clout. It's about what kind of connection do you have with your audience, and will they show up in the flesh when you pull up to their city? And by the way, NF's album that he dropped earlier this year, Hope, did over 120K first week. So obviously he's doing very well. Shout out to NF. He's been silently putting up the numbers for 6 years straight. He's a beast.
That kind of just shows you right there how people kind of just, because like I said, Baby be on a lot of tracks or whatnot. Baby has a lot of radio play, but Lil Baby, make sure I say that, Lil Baby. But if your fan base ain't as dedicated to you as they say they are or whatnot, they're not gonna show up. I mean, like, you get like the clubs and stuff like that or whatnot, people like, oh, Lil Baby gonna be at the club tonight or whatnot. They'll show up to that. But man, Like now I need to go check out Lil Baby's actual like because when it comes to streaming, like album streams is one thing, and then you got song streams. Song streams is a whole nother thing or whatnot. Cause you can have one of your songs popping or whatnot, and people are jamming the hell out of that one song. But like if you look at like your album stream, if you got like 3 songs on there that everybody's jamming, and the rest of it is more or less like you could tell that was the people was listening to that on their first run through, and then after that they didn't listen to it no more. They wasn't really fucking with all your music. So, that's a good shout out to NF right there.
Another example is Russ. Russ does arenas consistently, which might surprise people. And the same thing here. Who listens to Russ? Well, a lot of people. You or
go.
I just aren't his target demographic, that's all. For most rappers, unless they're opening up for a Drake, like 21 Savage is right now, contrary to popular belief, they can't actually sell out arenas by themselves. I mean, that's close to impossible for most rappers. I mean, Lil Baby has been considered, and I'm going to say considered from now on with a capital C, but he's been considered one of the hottest rappers who's came out in the last few years, which hasn't been a lie, but I think popularity can be very deceiving. Just because you hear someone's name a lot and they're all up in the headlines and they're all up in your face constantly doesn't mean that they can sell a bunch of hard tickets. And the contrary is also true. Just because you don't hear about someone doesn't mean that they're not out here selling out all their shows.
They're just not on your radar. And that's the one thing I can't stand right there, wasn't that? Just because somebody is not on your radar does not mean that they ain't doing what they need to be doing or whatnot. People just be in their little bubble so much that they forget other people.
The question is why? How come we got a guy like NF, who most hip-hop fans would laugh at when he's brought up in a conversation? But I've been telling people about guys like NF for years, okay? He's the true winner in this game. Most people have a certain perception of guys like NF or Russ, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, their fans actually show up for them and they can sell out arenas. Unlike all the guys who a lot of us would consider the most popular in the game.
And hold on. And then I want to go back to another thing that he just said there about how 21 is opening up for Drake. And I was just more or less like, well, that's a smart move or whatnot. If Drake's the headliner, I'm cool with opening, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do my couple of songs before Drake does his couple of songs, because, I mean, I know that's going to, I think you would have more of a chance collabing with people like that or whatnot, you look at the card or whatnot, you see 21 and Drake or whatnot, so now you know you're going to hear some 21 songs, you're going to hear a lot of Drake songs, and then you can hear some of their songs together or whatnot, so come on now, man.
On the other hand, we have a guy like Lil Baby.
Instead of just listening to this all Lil Baby all day and hoping that he might pull out somebody in the future or something, because all you're going to hear is just Lil Baby's verses.
It was very popular, canceling 7 shows. I think that's absolutely insane.
That's crazy,
and it just reiterates so many things we've been saying about the music industry right now. I'm not saying this is necessarily true for Lil Baby, but there are a lot of people who have inflated streams. Their face and name is plastered all over the place. They got all kinds of cosigns. They've been in the industry for years and they're recognized as very successful artists, which they are. But actually, how about we take away the very and just say successful? Because a very successful artist will sell out an entire arena in their sleep. Because when we say very successful, we're talking about guys like The Weeknd, Drake, Kendrick, now NF, and guys like Russ, right? It ain't about how hot you are. It ain't about how many streams you get. It ain't about how many times we see your face on social media. It's about, can you convert a decent percentage of those numbers into people who show out for you? If you can't do that, let's just be honest about the position you hold. There are so many rappers out here who are propped up by the industry, and in return, the presentation of how successful they are looks very accurate. But this is what I emphasis on because don't really matter why, but anyway, but this is I'm agreeing with you. This is what I like to call the appearance of popularity, because the appearance of popularity is very deceptive. The numbers will make everything look shiny, glistening, luminous, but that's just the presentation. What holds a lot more weight is not being that shiny object, but on the inside, you have so much more value than what you appear to have. That's how I look at this entire Lil Baby story. Lil Baby is an extremely successful rapper who's going to continue to be successful, no doubt about that. However, I think we might have overestimated how much of a pull he really has. I think this is pretty interesting to see, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think this is the last time we'll be seeing stories like these. I think this year we're probably gonna see a lot of artists canceling their tours, and a lot of those tours are gonna get canceled silently. But obviously it won't be so silent when I make a video on it, so I'll be peeping, right? I'll be waiting for y'all.
Make sure you keep an eye on that right there. We know what he said. There's gonna be a lot of silent cancellations, maybe we're gonna push this back. We're gonna cut these tour dates down and whatnot. Because like he had like 4 shows. I'm talking about Lil Baby. He had like 4 shows in Cali in like a couple of days span, And like, bro, like I probably would have done like one or two. I ain't gonna make it seem like I know everything about that, but I probably done one or two because people will travel. If it's like, oh, he's only gonna be over here in this city here or whatnot, but if it's like 4 cities or whatnot, and you trying to sell 20,000 per each one of these cities or whatnot, that's kind of like a hard stretch right there or whatnot. I understand California is California or whatnot, but you know, California inflation is a motherfucker.
How to cancel these stores so I can make a video on it. And it won't be to clown anybody's downfall. It'll just be me talking about the real side of the industry and what's really going on. Because I think that's really important to talk about. After all, the industry has never been based more on appearance than it is right now. So that's for sure. Anyway, yeah. Drop a like if you appreciate the hard work that I'm putting in. Lil Baby out here barely selling tickets. That's insane to me. If you ask me, I think that's crazy. Do you have anything to say about this? Lil Baby ended up canceling 8 different shows for his tour. What are your thoughts on that? Is Lil Baby falling off, or do you think this is just a little mishap, if you will? You let me know. Have a blessed day, and don't eat so damn fast. You're demolishing that plate. I'm out.
Now, let's talk about this real quick. I will say that Lil Baby, I don't think he's falling off. I'm not gonna say that because he still got a lot of jams out there that people jam to. It's just like I said earlier or whatnot. It is very hard for you to go out there and try to sell out stadium shows by yourself or whatnot, arena shows, my bad, by yourself or whatnot, trying to sell like these $20,000 seaters or whatnot. And then he's probably not making it, I ain't gonna say cheap on them, but they're probably up there in price or whatnot. You trying to sit there or whatnot and sell all these tickets or whatnot to people or whatnot, and it's like, dude, I got kids to put back in school or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We just got done with vacation, and now you want to have me spend another couple $100 on just to come see you live for like an hour or two? No, man. I mean, and it's that poor baby. I mean, shoot, you got the people out there that wouldn't spend all that money like on Beyonce and stuff like that. I feel like it's so much competition in the game nowadays that if you're not somebody's utmost favorite rapper, they're not gonna spend that money on you. But if you're somebody's like hey, yeah, I listen to Lil Baby because I listen to Lil Baby, but you're not gonna see me at a Lil Baby concert or whatnot. And I just feel like that's where we are at nowadays in the rap game or whatnot, where it's just so many rappers out there, so many, I ain't gonna say just rappers, there's so many musicians out there in the world nowadays. You gotta pick and choose who concert you gonna go see. You can't go see everybody's concert every other weekend. That's rent you paying right there. That's rent. So anyways, man, shout out, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Blackie Speaks or whatnot, because that was a fire video or whatnot. It was a good summary on how he wrapped that up or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'm making sure, boom, hitting that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Go subscribe to him, subscribe to me, all that good stuff right there. My son just coughed in the background or whatnot. But anyways, y'all have a good one. Philly Flex out of this joint.